My wife and I was in the hallway the other day. We was having a family meeting in the hallway. Our kids came home. We was in a restaurant somewhere. We were celebrating Izzy because she got her first little job at some little boutique. Yo, shout out Izzy, right? She got her first little job at a boutique. You know, she loves clothes and fashion. And so we took her out to dinner to celebrate her. And it was a nice little restaurant. When we came home, we was all sitting on the stairs together having a family meeting. And they just started reminiscing about when we moved here. And we was talking about when we moved here, how we were so poor. And how a family of 6 lived beneath the poverty line for so many years. We talked about all our years on food stamps and WIC. We talked about the government cheese, and we talked about honey bunches of oats and the only things that we could buy with the green card. Man, we talked about the kids having holes in their shoes and how we had to keep them in schools that had uniforms because we could not afford to buy clothes. We talked about how we lived hand to mouth and people would come and bring us groceries. We talked about how sometimes we had to choose between gas and food, and we never went to a restaurant because we couldn't afford to go to one. I could barely afford to buy my children a $1 cheeseburger from McDonald's. I would get them those cookies, man, and those apple pies because I couldn't even afford to get them a meal. We talked about how my wife would drive around neighborhoods in a minivan that somebody gave us because we couldn't afford a car. And she would drive past people's trash. And if she found something in the trash that she could use, she would put it in the minivan and she would bring it home and she would clean it. I remember 3 kids spent time in the same car seat that she found in the trash that she brought home and washed because she's industrious. That's a P31 at her core, right? Right? Y'all too bougie for that. I already know, right? I'm talking about poverty, yo. Driving around, picking up stuff from people's trash and bringing it home. And you know what? All that time, we had the joy of the Lord. This is a true story. And we lived like that for years, man. Years. So many years beneath the poverty line. Raising children in poverty, man. And all that time, we had joy. Watch. And all that time pastoring a church and nobody know we had no food in our own fridge. Wow. Preaching on Sunday morning and going home hungry. Well, God would raise up some mother to cook food for us every Sunday. And without that, we had no food. Not complaining from the pulpit, but living in poverty behind the scenes. 6 people beneath the poverty line. Wasn't even above $24,000 a year with 6 people. And all that time we had joy. Watch, because our preoccupation was not with money. We was preaching, serving the church. Lena was doing all the administration. She's handling all we were just serving God, and God just provided for us from one home to the next, from getting blessed with one vehicle to the next. He just kept providing for us as we were fixed on our purpose. What is yours? Not worried about money. It follows those who are busy about purpose. Watch, what is yours? I'm not ashamed about it either. We lived hand to mouth, pastoring a church for years. Living off of other people's trash for years and not being ashamed about it. We saw it as God's provision. The car seat on the side of the road was God's provision when we could not afford a car seat. Let me finish the text. No, I can't take my time. Watch, let me finish the text. And because Jesus knew some of you will be sitting here arguing with me right now in your mind, he gave you verse 27. And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to your lifespan? Since you want to argue that I'm not good enough to provide for you, which one of you by worrying is going to add an hour to your life? In other words, here's the tagline for worrying accomplishes nothing. You gain nothing by worrying. All you do is empty today of its hope. You're just draining today of its hope. It's just a down payment on stress. So he continues. Let me finish the paragraph. Verse 28. And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider, watch, not just look at, think about. I'm almost done. Look, last few verses. The lilies of the field, how they grow. Neither they toil, that's like working like a man, or spin, working like a woman. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all of his glory was not even arrayed like one of these. But if God clothes the grass of the field, which today is alive and tomorrow it is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Watch. The Lord is talking to people in ancient Palestine. I'm almost done. I'm at the end. Look, talking to people in ancient Palestine. He's on a hill. He says, y'all see that grass right there? Watch this. Uncultivated vegetation. I don't get it, preacher. It has less help than a bird. It's worse off than the bird. At least the bird could go find food. If no pollen don't fall, it's in trouble. It's in less condition than the bird. And if you stare at a rose really good and you look at its pellets, man, it's more beautiful than some of the best clothing in Louis Vuitton. And by the end of the day, some of that people will go and pick that off the ground and throw it in their ovens to bake bread. And the Lord said, this thing that don't even last long, but God takes care of it. You're missing the point. If the Lord takes care of something that is used as oven fuel by the afternoon, something less reliant than a bird, what more do I have to convince you? He's trying to say that you don't have to worry about any need in your life. If you can't be convinced that I take care of grass and animals and that you are more valuable, I'm not sure what else will convince you. This is the lowest thing that I take care of. Why do you think I won't take care of you? Next time you're driving around and you're dealing with anxiety, just look at somebody's lawn and think God provides for the lawn. Are you not more valuable than the lawn? It almost makes worrying ridiculous when you think about who's talking. The creator of all things, the one who says he owns all things. You know, it's nothing for God to funnel anything into your hands in a moment. A handshake could change your life. One meeting can change your life. The Lord can open any door he wants you anytime he's ready. Do you know who's talking to you? The one who owns everything is saying to you, if I take care of grass and I take care of animals, you don't got nothing to worry about. If you follow the logic of Jesus, he's actually trying to say worry is absolutely unnecessary. Watch this. It's like from heaven he's saying, breathe easy. Watch this. I got you. Somebody needs to hear that in the room. I know what you're going through, fill in the blank. I got you though. Gosh, man, I need that for me. I know what you're going through, fill in the blank. I got you though. Watch. Lord, how? Lord, when? I got you though. Lord, how? Lord, when? I got you though. Lord, this doctor's report about my kidneys. Philip, you my preacher and son. I got you though. Just keep preaching. I got you though. Can I give you a report about my kidneys? Benign and trending in the right direction. Just keep preaching, Philip. What are you worried about, Philip? If I call you home, you win. If you stay, you win. You really can't lose, Philip. What do you worry about? If you belong to Christ, you cannot lose. You can't. I either preach sick or he called me home, but I can't lose. So why you shedding a lot of tears? My wife had to come to me, honey, like, why is your mind going straight to the worst outcome? Thank God for a good wife. Honey, 48 hours. Why is your mind keep going to the worst outcome? Honey, hasn't God been faithful to you? That's Lena for 48 hours. Philip, no, she don't say that. She, honey, has not God been faithful to you? Pull yourself together. Your people need you, honey. The doctor didn't change the report. Do what you gotta do. Stop worrying, honey. Get down in my prayer room and pray worry out of me. I'm gonna preach with this doctor's report, and if I die, I get my crown. I cannot lose, so I shall not worry. I'm so serious. I ain't playing around. This is what I'm telling you, this is what we live. I'm so serious. I just have to make a decision at some point in time. I'm not gonna worry. I'm still on medication. I'm still seeing the doctors. They're still checking my blood, but I'm not thinking about it. I ain't all the way out of the woods from the doctor's report, but from my Bible, I'm out of the woods.